Hi guys, I am super excited for today's video. We are going to be doing a foundation face-off between two kind of new foundations. And I say kind of because these are both, I think, remakes of older foundations. So these are both drugstore. In one corner, we have the Rimmel Lasting Finish 25-Hour Foundation. And in the other, we have the Maybelline SuperStay 24-Hour Foundation. The Rimmel one, I think I have in the palest shade you can buy, 001 Light Ivory. If there is a paler shade, I will see if I can find it and link it down below. But in the store I was at, this was the palest one that I could buy. And it actually looks really good. This looks paler than any other Rimmel foundation that I've ever seen. And the Maybelline one I have in the shade 110 Porcelain. I feel like this one comes in like a 105. I think it's a little bit more neutral leaning pink undertone, whereas this 110 is definitely neutral leaning yellow. Both of these claim to have really long wearing formulas. Maybelline says 24 hours, the Rimmel says 25 hours. The only difference that is really noticeable is the Rimmel one says medium coverage and the Maybelline one says full coverage. Okay, now that I've gabbed on for like 20 minutes, we are going to start. So I think what I'm gonna do is do one half with the Rimmel and one half with the Maybelline. I haven't used a primer of any sorts. All I've done is moisturize my skin with this Josie Maran Surreal Skin Argan Finishing Balm. And I am going to be using a sponge for both sides just because I do have a little bit of rough flakiness on my skin just from the cold weather, so I definitely need to be doing a patting motion. And I will insert swatches of both of these. The Rimmel is in 001 Light Ivory. The Maybelline one is in 110 Porcelain. And then I also have the Maybelline one in 120 Classic Ivory, so I'll insert a swatch in there. It's just too dark for my face right now. Okay, I was not expecting this. I just opened the Rimmel one and it has like a applicator on it, kind of like the Clinique Beyond Perfecting foundation. Okay, I was not expecting that. So we're gonna do Rimmel on this side of my face. And I'll try to use the same amount on both sides. I like this applicator though. Nice. I feel like this is not wasteful at all. And it smells really, really good. It smells like cucumbers or something. Oh my god, I love the smell. If you guys have ever used Clarins foundation, it smells like that. And I am addicted to the scent of Clarins products. All right, feeling super lightweight like it claims so far. The color is very pale. It looks very, very ghostly on camera. I find in my mirror, however, it's not as pale. It doesn't feel greasy, but it also doesn't feel oil-free, if that makes sense. And I don't think that it has any claims to be oil-free, whereas the Maybelline one that I'm going to use on my other side is oil-free. Definitely light to medium coverage with this guy. So I'm now going to do the same thing on the other side with the Maybelline. This one does not feel as lightweight as the Rimmel one, but it doesn't feel heavy either. I feel like I am getting more coverage on the Maybelline side, which is nice. The color match is better for me on the Maybelline side because I do think that the Rimmel one is more pale than the Maybelline. If you are super, super pale, I would recommend giving this Rimmel one a try. Like, it is very, very fair and it's not peachy at all, whereas the Maybelline SuperStay on this side, it tends to dry a little bit peachy. I am gonna see if I can build up my Rimmel side just so I match a little bit better. I don't think that I need any more coverage on the Maybelline side. Okay, so now I'm looking a little bit more even in terms of coverage. This is the Rimmel side. This is the Maybelline side. I feel like the Rimmel side looks more natural. However, it also made my skin look a little bit drier. And I kind of noticed that this Maybelline didn't completely set down, whereas the Rimmel side did totally set down. So there might be some difference there. Maybe that's why the Rimmel side looks a little bit drier, because it's, you know, more matte. But they actually don't look that different from each other, and it doesn't really surprise me because I do feel like both of these foundations are, I don't know, I feel like they're competition to each other. I feel like they have similar claims. Both sides look a little bit dry now that I'm looking a little bit closer, but the Rimmel one does look a little bit more dry. Okay, so I'm not gonna powder these two. I think if one of them needed a powder more than the other, I would say the Maybelline one would need it more, just because it's not quite as dry to touch. However, I'm not going to powder either one. I want to see which one holds up better. I have oily skin, so I'm not expecting miracles here. Neither of these have super mattifying claims, I don't think. So we'll see which one gets oilier quicker, and also which one just like looks better at the end of the night, because even though pretty much no foundation other than Estee Lauder Double Wear keeps me matte all day long, oiliness isn't my biggest concern. My biggest concern is that when my oils do come through, does it make the foundation separate and ball up and look nasty? So I'm just gonna keep looking in the mirror throughout the day, and I will update you guys once I notice if one side is better than the other, and otherwise I will be back at the end of the night and we can compare sides. Hey guys, I've been wearing this foundation now for about 3.5 hours, and I just wanted to give a very quick update now that it's, you know, close to the halfway mark. Both sides are still looking really, really good, very fresh. You may or may not be able to tell, but the Maybelline side on my nose is slightly more shiny than the Rimmel side. But everywhere else looks pretty much the same. So I will check back in probably in another 3.5 to 4 hours to see what side is looking better. Hey guys, sorry that I have to do a voiceover for this, but it is now the end of the night and I just wanted to show you both halves of my face. I definitely think that Rimmel was the winner in terms of how it held up. It's kind of funny. I feel like when you look at me straight on, if you look really closely, you can almost see a line down the center of my face, where on the left half of your screen, like my face just like looks more on. I can see the foundation, like it looks way better. Yeah, it stayed better. It held up better. It was less oily. I find that the Maybelline side like really, really wore off, like on my nose and my cheeks. Both did wear off on like my like spots and like little pimples that I had, but I have been wearing it for a pretty long time at this point. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Again, Rimmel definitely the winner when I wore these two, at least for my oily skin. And I love you guys so much, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.